The DooDoo Crew. Part 9 DooDoo Man's Save. Chapter 1. The Signal's Truth. The DooDoo Crew stared at the glowing console of their damaged stink ship, the mysterious signal still pulsing. "It's his stink signature," Lucy whispered, her voice shaking. "DooDoo Man. He might still be alive. But how?" the stink snatcher asked. "He saved us all back on Earth. We saw him go." Glimmer adjusted the ship's coordinates. "Whether it's him or a trap, we don't have a choice. We're going to find out." Chapter 2. A daring descent. The crew redirected their limping stink ship toward the dying star where the signal originated. Their approach was rocky, with the anti-stink planet's collapsing gravity field pulling at their hull. "Hold tight," Lucy yelled as the ship careened through the atmosphere. They crash-landed near a crumbling metallic tower. The signal grew stronger. Chapter 3. Ambushed again. As they stepped out onto the barren surface, anti-stink drones swarmed them, firing sterilizing beams. The crew fought back with stink bombs and Glimmer's illusions, but their weapons seemed less effective than before. "They're adapting," Mrs. Crumplebottom yelled, activating a booby trap that took out 2 drones. "We need to move fast." Chapter 4. The Tower's Guardian. The crew reached the metallic tower, but a hulking anti-stink beast blocked their path. It was a hybrid of machine and creature, its glowing armor pulsating with sterilizing energy. The stink snatcher hurled a stink grenade at its legs, creating a gap. "Go. I'll hold it off," he yelled. "No one's staying behind," DooDoo Crew shouted back, and together they overpowered the beast, toppling it into the dust. Chapter 5. Entering the tower. Inside the tower, the air grew thick with a sterile fog that made it hard to breathe. The crew used masks fashioned from prank materials to counteract the effect. The signal pulsed stronger, leading them up a spiral staircase. Chapter 6. The Anti-Stink Core. At the top of the tower, they found a massive machine, the Anti-Stink Core. It hummed with energy, powered by strange, glowing crystals. "This is what's broadcasting the signal," Lucy said. Glimmer scanned it. "The stink signature is here, but it's trapped inside." Chapter 7. The Return of the Odorless One. Before they could investigate further, a booming voice echoed through the tower. "You've come far, but not far enough." The Odorless One emerged, fully restored and more powerful than ever. His armor now pulsed with anti-stink energy, and he wielded a massive scepter capable of firing sterilizing beams. Chapter 8. The First Clash. The Odorless One attacked, sending beams of energy that forced the crew to scatter. Lucy launched a stink projectile, but the Odorless One deflected it effortlessly. "You're no match for me," he sneered, his scepter crackling with power. Chapter 9. A tactical retreat. Realizing they couldn't beat him head-on, the crew retreated deeper into the tower. "We need a new strategy," Lucy said. "He's stronger than before." Glimmer nodded. "But so are we. Let's find a way to disable that scepter." Chapter 10. The Inner Chambers. As they searched for answers, they stumbled into a chamber filled with ancient prankster technology. Among the relics was a device labeled the Chaos Flare, a powerful tool designed to disrupt anti-stink energy. Chapter 11. Restoring Hope. The crew activated the Chaos Flare, and for a moment, the sterile fog in the tower lifted. The Odorless One's voice rang out. "Impressive, but it won't save you." Chapter 12. The Odorless One strikes again. The Odorless One found them and unleashed a barrage of attacks, shattering part of the tower. The crew used the Chaos Flare to weaken his armor, but he adapted quickly, countering their attacks. Chapter 13. The Truth Revealed. During the battle, Lucy noticed something unusual. The anti-stink core was not just powering the Odorless One, it was imprisoning the DooDoo Man's essence. "He's inside the core," she shouted. Chapter 14. Freeing the DooDoo Man. While Glimmer and the others distracted the Odorless One, Lucy worked to hack the core. She used prank tech and stink tools to overload its systems, releasing a massive wave of chaos energy. Chapter 15. The DooDoo Man returns. The core shattered, and from the explosion emerged a glowing figure. The DooDoo Man stood tall, his poop-shaped head radiating energy. "Did you miss me?" he said with a grin. Chapter 16. The Reunion. The crew cheered as their leader rejoined the fight. "We thought you were gone," Lucy exclaimed. "Legends never die," DooDoo Man said, tipping his hat. Chapter 17. Turning the Tide. With the DooDoo Man back, the crew rallied. His signature stink waves disrupted the Odorless One's armor, leaving him vulnerable. Chapter 18. The Final Assault. The crew launched an all-out attack, combining their stink-based weapons with the DooDoo Man's newfound power. The Odorless One fought back fiercely, but cracks began to form in his armor. Chapter 19. The Odorless One's desperation. The Odorless One activated the planet's anti-stink energy, threatening to destroy everything. If I can't have a stink-free world, no one can. Chapter 20. A Dangerous Gamble. The DooDoo Man devised a plan, overloading the chaos flare to counteract the planet's energy. But it's risky, he warned. We might not survive. Chapter 21. The Crew's Sacrifice. The crew worked together to amplify the chaos flare. They knew the explosion would give them only seconds to escape. Chapter 22. The Odorless One's Defeat. The chaos flare erupted, shattering the Odorless One's scepter and obliterating his armor. He let out a final scream before vanishing into the sterile void. Chapter 23. A Race Against Time. With the planet collapsing, the crew rushed back to the stink ship. The DooDoo Man carried the weakened chaos flare, ensuring it wouldn't detonate prematurely. Chapter 24. Escaping the planet. As the stink ship launched, the planet began to implode, its anti-stink energy spiraling into the void. The crew narrowly escaped the gravitational pull. Chapter 25. A Stinky Victory. Back in space, the crew watched as the anti-stink planet disappeared. They cheered, exhausted but victorious. The DooDoo Man looked at his team. We've proven once again that stink and laughter can conquer anything. Now, let's head home. To be continued.